Happy Hockey Day from Eagan, Minnesota. We don't need no stinking Hastings for Hockey Day in Minnesota. We've got a heck of a rivalry game tonight at the Eagan Civic Arena. The Eastview Lightning, the Eagan Wildcats. These teams met back in early December down at the Apple Valley Sports Arena. Eastview led 2-0. Eagan came back 3-2 win. Garrett Larson with the winner in the third period. I'm Mike Cook, Nathan Cron with us tonight from the Civic Arena, a rockin' Civic Arena.
Yeah, get in your chair, put your seatbelts on, rip the knob off your television, or take your mouse off the top of the computer. However you're streaming or downloading this thing, it's going to be great. We've got two huge student sections. We've got a rivalry game. We've got two teams fighting for section supremacy in 3AA. Mike, it is going to be a barn burner.
Yeah, look down to our left, the Eastview student section. They're here loud and proud. They are standing at that end. The Eagan student section very full as well down to our right. And we got a big hit early coming courtesy of Austin Dwyer. Big number 6 for Eastview. Hard to miss Austin. He's paired out there with Sawyer Hogginson, number 8. Cats, by the way, going to that top line. Garrett Larson, Max Turner, Ben Williams. Williams, a scoring hot streak. He had 2 the other night in that win over Minneapolis. Big hit. They're going to call Williams. They're going to call interference?
Either interference or a rough.
34 seconds in will be the time of the infraction. Officials conferring at center.
Yeah,
they can't be thinking about a 5, can they?
No, certainly. There's no head contact. I don't think there's any head contact
I don't think there was either.
I mean, they're going to call it elbow. Okay, so they're going to say he led with the elbow. I'm not sure about that one.
Nope, I'm not either.
Although in fairness, if he leads with the elbow, he leads with the elbow. But if his shoulder's down, just because the Eastview player has his head down, that's not the fault of the Eagan player. In any event, we have a power play.
Absolutely. Wildcats will send that one all the way down. Eastview on the year for the Eastview Lightning on their power play. They're clicking at 13.2%. Here's Wooten's shot high off the glass. Wooten is definitely going to be an offensive threat to keep an eye on tonight for our viewers. Number 4 in blue. 11 goals, 19 assists. He's got 48 goals in 71 career games. Schwark in net with his first save of the night. Austin Schwark came in the other night. 2 strong periods against Minneapolis. Really been the go-to guy for the Cats this season. Developed into the go-to guy, we should say. And Scanlon, Charlie Scanlon is between the pipes for the Eastview Lightning. Scanlon, this will be game number 16 in the 20th game of the year for the Lightning. Here's Dwyer leaving a pass, going the other way is going to be Eagan, however. Eilertson, backhand, Scanlon, hit him right in the Eastview logo. Easy save for his first of the hockey game. Eastview's going to dump that one back into the Wildcat zone. A little too far that time, trying to get the puck out. Kept in by Pavoni right at the blue line. Puck does come out, though, eventually, or shortly thereafter, I should say. Cole Hilly up top. Zach Heister up top, too, on this power play for the Eastview Lightning, which has 24 seconds left in it. A little too far for Heister. Oh, they're going to say that was tipped on the way down, so we have no icing. Forster back on the ice for the Wildcats. Good to see. I know he missed the game a while back. Kept in. Here's Hogginson. Hansen for Eastview, number 9, down to that left circle. Forster watches him closely. Puck back out. Hogginson through traffic. Shot goes wide of the cage. Cats back at full strength. Hogginson all the way across. That goes wide. Another odd shot for Eastview. Schwark with the save.
Cats need to do a good job of watching out for those Eastview players on the back door, Mike. There a couple of times on that power play, and even when they went 5-on-5, Eastview sneaking in a player towards the back part of the play, and the Cats are going to have to squeeze that down to make sure they're not puck watching.
Williams fresh out of the box for the Wildcats. Back to Ballman up top. That hit traffic on the way through. Garrett Larson was there looking to clean up anything that might have been laying in front of Scanlon. Eastview Hogginson shadowed by Turner aggressively. Here's Williams with an opportunity. Oh, he fanned on that shot. He down to the ice as Domagalski took down Williams. Here's Titus. Odd angle shot outside of the net. Got his first goal of the season a couple of nights ago when Eastview lost to Lakeville South in overtime. That was a game Eastview led 3-2 after 2, but could not hang on as the Cougars came back for that 4-3 win. Hogginson shot, Schwark save. Good up and down flow for this one early, 4 minutes in.
Yeah, a couple of shots for both teams, but nice power play kill. Power play for the Lightning. Good kill by the Wildcats. Imagine in this game, Mike, we talked about it in the pregame. It's going to be it's a rivalry game between two teams that, pick your cliche. They don't like each other too much, whatever. But the bottom line is both teams are going to be smart about staying out of the penalty box.
Well, as you say that, Eastview is going to get called for their first infraction of the night. Trip upcoming will be the penalty. Time of this one will be 4:16. And it looks like it's going to be Wooten going to the box for Eastview. Wooten wears the C for the Eastview squad.
Where's the C for the Eastview squad? That is a name that has a long legacy in Eastview hockey.
Yep.
So carrying on the family tradition, and as a senior captain for this Eastview squad, hopes to lead them into the glory of maybe a section final in Section 3 AA.
Yep. Turner, Volbel up top for the Wildcats, and Turvold up there with him, I should say. Forrester, Williams back at the points. Turvold tries to get that across. That got tipped out a little bit that time by Eastview. And Forrester races over. Cats are going to need to tag. They were offsides. Might be hard to hear at that end in front of that Eastview student section. Here comes Turvold and the Cats. 1:30 to go, man advantage. Turvold around the boards. Here comes Max Turner. Volbel, they list him as a defenseman, but on the power play, they put him up top, or up on the front line, I should say. Williams again. He'll pinch in. Try to get that odd angle shot. Hit a defender on the way through. I think that was Dwyer that got a piece of that one. And we've got infractions. Puck go out of play, I think.
I think it hit somebody on the Eastview bench, Mike. Yep. And so the faceoff will come to the left of Scanlon.
1:03 to go, man advantage. Cat's going to put a fresh 5 on the ice. Lunenburg out there. Liam Thomas, Blake Pavic. Ballman and Eilertson back at the points. O'Donnell on the draw for Eastview. O'Donnell, one of those wearing the A. He's got 11 goals this year for the Lightning. Eilertson, little pitch and catch on that far side. And Thomas is going to get it back. Just looking to maybe get Pavic at the middle. He tried to get it to Pavic, couldn't connect. Although Pavic opportunity, Scanlon gobbles that one up.
Good turnaround shot that time by Pavic. He got good wood on that one. But unfortunately for the Cats, fired right into Scanlon. And Scanlon, an excellent keeper, well regarded, only a junior for the Lightning. Yeah. So he'll be around for quite some time, or at least another whole season after this one. And Eastview getting a good big clearance there off the face-off win. Cats might have one more rush at this, Mike.
You mentioned Scanlon, 364 goals against average coming in. Save percentage of .905. Does have one shutout, by the way. Ballman down that left side. Got Thomas with him. Pavic once again. He's down low, circles the net. Maybe thinking about getting the Lunenburg up front. Didn't happen. Thomas shouted over there by Noah Shapoknikov. All the way down. That should be enough for the kill for the Eastview Lightning. 10:44 to go in the first. We're back to 5-on-5. Liam Thomas shot Scanlon. Thought he wanted to glove that and kind of aired on that just a little bit, but puck does stay out of the net. Lunenburg going to go in deep. He's in there harder with Dwyer. A couple of big boys going at it there behind the net. From the knee guard. He's over there with Titus. And Eastview, can they poke it out of the zone? They can. Here comes number 15, Zach Heister. And Schwark with the save. Like I said, when they met December 11th it was Hilly and Dwyer that scored for Eastview. Williams got a couple for the Cats and late in the second. And then it was Garrett Larson with the game winner for the Cats. And a goal that people behind the net were saying it was a goal, and the referees took a couple extra seconds, and they're like, oh yeah, that was in. Shilkin regrouping for the Eagan Wildcats.
Like to see the Wildcats with some firm exit passes here. That just made me a little bit nervous.
Taylor to Wooten into the zone. Eagan does control, however. Here comes Larson. That puck goes stopped down on the way in by Easton Hansen, junior defender. Should be paired up with Shane Klein, 26. Hard to miss Klein out there. He's a big boy as well. They list him at 6'2" and 190, number 26 in blue.
Well, if he's 6'2" in the program, that means he's probably could be 6'3", and then, I don't know, on those skates. It's darn near 7, feels like it's darn near 7 feet tall.
Yep. Oh, big hit that time as the Eagan player gets dropped that time. That was Pavolny with the hit for Eastview. Vogel and Shilkin going to switch sides defensively. Vogel right at that left point right now as they battle in front of the Eastview students. Not sure if a blackout is the theme, but most of them looks like they're wearing a very blackish color. Vogel, Hilly. Here's Pavic. Can he get it out for the Wildcats? He can. Lunenburg couldn't quite get that one past Hogginson. Stop, go. Chapetnikov. Good up and down flows. We're halfway through this opening period.
Cats seem intent to try to push this through the Eastview defense, but the Eastview defense doing a really good job of tying it up. I don't know if I don't know. It almost seems like the Cats have like some scouting film or a plan to say, hey, here's what we think we can do with this defense, because there's a particular pattern the last few times they've come down the ice.
Dwyer finished off his check that time for Eastview. Nygaard and Hogginson right at the near side boards, but that puck out to neutral. Here's O'Donnell, opportunity from the dot. Schwartz got a piece of that as O'Donnell was trying to go high far side. Shot number 6 of the game for Eastview. Speaking of 6, there's Dwyer. Near side Hogginson. It's the top defensive pairing for this squad. O'Donnell, he's got Heister with him, and it's going to go the other way to his other line mate. Actually, that was Dwyer pinching in, I should say, with the shot. Heister, Titus, and Nigro are the trio. Now they've got them out there. Listed as the third line on the Eastview depth chart, although who knows how these depth charts, each team looks at them differently. It's just, here's 3 guys we put together. Yeah, really no rhyme or reason on the order on the sheet.
Absolutely, Mike, and by the end of the first period, that could be completely out the door anyway. In any event, for those of us in the commentary box, it's kind of nice to have at least some sense of who the heck we're talking about.
Eastview cannot get it out. Forrester, long shot in, 7:08 to go. You and I were talking a little bit too before we got on the air. This is a big game potentially for section seeding. Eagan Wildcats, if they can beat Eastview, this will be the second time they beat them tonight. Does that probably puts you at least in a 5 spot? Could you creep up to a 4?
Yes. You're in a 5 spot. You could creep up to a 4. The Cats are 3-1-1 in Section 3AA, and Park and Eastview only have 1 section win each. So a win here for the Cats would give them 4 section wins, and I have to believe that they would make a great case for a 5 seed, arguably a 4 seed, depending on how they do with. They have 2 games left against the Lakeville high schools. They still have another Rosemount game. They're going to play Shakopee again, of course, top-ranked Shakopee in the conference. So it's everything to play for the Wildcats, but they've got to take care of business here tonight.
Exactly. And a chance to go above 500 for the first time in how long at this time of the season. Whoa, Woden, that was a wicked wrister.
That's so wicked it came all the way out to the midline.
Trying to think of a quick W for a hard shot, but I couldn't come up with one. A little too far for Thomas, but it's going to be Lunenburg getting in. Backhand, Scanlon gobbles that one. Or I should say he got the pads down. He wasn't able to hang on. great opportunity. Brandon Lundeberg absolutely bursting down the ice to get that one.
What huge hustle from him. Huge hustle.
Pavic in there for Eagan. Looks like Setterlund is the defender. He's out there with Eddie Mish. Listed as the third defensive pair for the Eastview Lightning. Aaron Fulton, I should say, their head coach. 6th season I saw behind the bench for Aaron. Of course, Austin Kreiser, first-year Eagan Wildcat coach. And we've got a penalty upcoming. Can't see on who or for what as we're looking through the student section down there.
Well, for the Wildcats,
it's going to be a rough.
Well, for the Wildcats, Liam Thomas got absolutely lit up by somebody in a blue jersey. The referee's arm immediately came up, so I'm going to deduce that we're going to have a penalty on the Lightning.
And it's going to be Pavolny to sit. Second penalty of the game against the Eastview Lightning. This one will come at the 11:33 mark of the opening period. Last of 4 games today between these two schools as we had girls JV and varsity and then the JV boys just before this one. JV game, by the way, 6-0 Eagan. 41-19 were the shots on that one. Scanlon fought that one off somehow. Cats' second opportunity on the power play. Back up top, Forster through traffic, that goes just wide. Max Turner down low. Williams thinks about it. Through traffic, Scanlon, glove save. He had a good look at that one. Thinking Max Turner's grandparents, are they checking in from Arizona tonight?
I guess we'll find out in the comments.
There we go.
Right. We do want to say thank you on behalf of our ETV crew. Thanks for joining us. Whether you're from Apple Valley, Eagan, Aberdeen, South Dakota, Bradenton, Florida, or parts unknown, thanks for joining us here on ETV.
Eastview opportunity. Here's Wooten. He couldn't quite get the breakout as Williams got the stick in there.
Cats have got to be cleaner about that, Mike. That was just a lazy pass that got intercepted.
Turner shot. Scanlon got a piece of it, deflected it high. Nice setup by the home team. Another shot.
I think that hit the crossbar.
That hit iron. I thought we heard a ping. Turner going to try again. That was blocked in front by Eastview. Klein. You said Klein, the big guy, hit in front. Bobo is there. A couple whacks at it, and we've got whistles with 4:15 to go in the frame. 48 to go in the power play. Cats are a-buzzing.
I was just going to say, Mike, I think this now, granted, I have missed some games this season because of scheduling challenges, but I think this is easily the best power play sequence I've seen from this team in the last handful of games, certainly that I have seen.
Yep, I would agree with you. By the way, quick shout out to Todd Schneiderhan and Dan Wu called the game the other night against Minneapolis as you and I both took the night off. Heard there were some rave reviews on that broadcast.
Well, for every Luke Gehrig, there has to be a Wally Pip. And for you kids or adults listening who don't know what that means, look it up.
Exactly. I was just going to say that very thing. 4 minutes to go in this opening period. Good battle right along the boards. Pavic with another opportunity. Look at Blake Pavic. It seems like the last few games he's gotten a lot more aggressive on the offensive end. He stands right in front of the net, being physical. Scanlon was there. Pavic tried to set up a screen that time. Cats pinching it in. Lundeberg from way out. Not sure that ever got through.
That was a bit aspirational.
Yep. Eastview now back at full strength, by the way, as Heister into the zone. Watched by Eilertson. Back up top. Back to Heister. Heister sending that one across. Nobody there wearing blue. And Thomas to regroup as Eastview was making the change there, and they were down a few numbers in the offensive zone. Here's Kreiser. Kreiser, shot, goal! 2 goals in 2 games for Brody Kreiser.
Well, Kreiser created created the scoring chance. The opportunity came. I cannot remember the player for the Wildcats who sprung him, but it was a great lead pass that exited the zone. Kreiser controlled it despite lots of traffic around him, and he nets for the Wildcats.
Scored his first goal the other night against Minneapolis. Liked it so much, he's doing it again. And the junior makes it 1-0 Wildcats. 14th shot of the game for Eagan. Eastview has 6.
Scoring for Eagan, number 17, Brody Reiser. Assist to 18, Carter Ellertson. 13:54.
Eilertson with the lone assist on that goal for the Wildcats.
And Eilertson with a great exit pass, as I said, just a huge stretch. That was below the red dots, below the circles. He found Kreiser almost at the blue line.
7th assist of the year for Eilertson. And as we were waiting for the call, you saw Eastview with a great opportunity. Wooten crashed the net hard, ended up in the net, but Eastview definitely coming back with some authority after that Eagan goal.
Well, shots were pretty even, Mike, for a while, and then the Cats had that great power play where they were just buzzing and shooting. Shots now 14-8 in favor of the Wildcats.
Scanlon steers that one aside, make it 15-8 Wildcats. And here comes Eastview the other way with Wooten, Shilkin, and Williams watching him. Williams a little shove in the back at that time. Goebel in the corner for the Wildcats. Eastview tried to walk out with it off of might have been almost a misplay. And here got a whistle behind the play.
And we are going to have a misconduct call against I believe, the Wildcats.
Yeah, I believe it is too, and I think I know who it is, but I don't want to say quite yet.
And I think what happened is one of the Eastview players lost his stick. And I think one of the Wildcats, who so far shall remain nameless.
Max Turner, we can say.
Okay, Max Turner.
He's in the box.
He's in the penalty box. He knocked the stick away from the player. I believe that's what happened.
Power play opportunity number 2 for Eastview. Egan's had 2 chances in this period. We're waiting for the official word. I'm going to assume it's an unsportsmanlike. Here's Klein, back to Wooten. Down low for Eastview. They're going to get it back up top. Here's Wooten. Dwyer's back up top as well. Yep. Eilertson's going to send that one all the way down with 34 seconds elapsed in this power play for the Eastview Lightning.
Yep.
You said unsportsmanlike officially the call against Max.
Yeah, I 2 things. Turner's got to be smart about how he does that. But second of all, I don't have a problem with the refs calling that, because if they call, oh my, I was going to say that one almost didn't make it out.
Yep.
Williams hammered that one, but the Lightning kept it in.
That Pavolny back at the point at one timer. That was Klein in the slot trying to get that shot off. Pavolny looking for the redirect. Klein was right in front. This is O'Donnell. And they get Nigro coming off the bench. Here comes another fresh skater for Eastview. Looks like it's number 9, Easton Hansen. Hansen goes right to the net looking for a redirect potentially. That puck did not stay in. Now does squirt out. Eastview forced to regroup. 27 to go, man advantage.
I was going to say, Mike, I don't have a problem with the refs calling that at all, because in a game like this, it's going to get chippy from time to time. And if you let little stuff go, you'll encourage the big stuff. So to keep all the boys, and in this case, boys happy and healthy, I think it's good to call it tight.
100% agree with you on that one. Eastview maybe time for one rush. Ballman with a check kind of from behind there. Got away with it.
Yeah, he sure did. It wasn't
Eagan full strength, by the way.
Wasn't the strongest contact in the world. I think the refs are saying, hey, you know it was coming and you went down a little too easily, but in any event, we play on.
Or does that go back to what we were just talking about? You got to call that stuff early so that things don't escalate.
What were you saying about not escalating as Max Turner knocks 4 guys down?
5 seconds to go. Eastview not going to get a shot off, and we're going to go to the first intermission with the Eagan Wildcats. A 1-0 lead over the Eastview Lightning. Brody Kreiser, again, lighting the lamp for the Wildcats.
Competitive.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I was going to say 9 saves for Schwark.
Yeah, 9 saves for Schwark. It's a competitive first period that got a little lopsided on the shots on goal because the Cats were really effective in their second power play of the period. But so far, Cats a little bit better than the Lightning on the ice tonight.
Absolutely. Well, the Wildcats got the T-shirts. You got to throw those up into the stands. Zamboni looks like it's coming out. I've heard we've had little chippers tonight. I heard we don't, so let's give it a moment here.
I see a whole bunch of little chippers.
I do too. The Wildcats are going to the locker room. I'm not sure. I don't think the Wildcats knew that there was going to be little chippers tonight.
Now they know.
I know Coach Kreiser had said something to me. He didn't think they were going to have them. So again, we get an opportunity to look at some future Eagan Wildcats as we get everything set up. Did they say Red Wings and Vikings?
Kings, I believe.
Kings it was? Okay.
Kings and Red Wings.
Okay.
And I don't know which group is which group.
Yeah,
I will tell you right now, it's impossible to know, and I hope they throw a couple of pucks out there.
Yeah, that could have been a Western Conference final in, what, about 2008 maybe, 9 back?
Something like that.
Something like that, give or take?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not, right?
Yeah. We'll see if that bad blood has continued over to little chipper action, though.
I'm guessing no.
I'm guessing not either.
I'm guessing not. I think most of the little chippers just want to stay on their – I think they just want to stay on their skates and not fall down, go boom.
And then get some cotton candy afterwards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, or if it was my daughter out there, it'd be a Kinder Bueno.
Of course, you think about a lot of Friday nights, these guys are probably playing hot dog hockey.
Yeah.
Nice shot from way out.
And a Selly, look at that. The Archer Selly.
Speaking of hot dog, huh?
Yeah, speaking of hot dogging, exactly. Well, last night hot dog hockey canceled as the city of Eagan had to close Goat Hill for reasons related to Mother Nature's wrath. And that's 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's 2, and now we've got a slightly different Selly. Let's see if Adams can get – it's Adams on his jersey. I'm assuming his last name is Adams.
I'm going with it, yeah.
Oh, another opportunity, and they're going to give it to him again.
Got it in. Is that a hattie for Adams?
That's a hattie. A natural hat trick for little number 7. Can somebody play? Yeah, somebody. I mean, come on, man mark the guy. Come on, don't let him do it again.
Exactly.
Good gravy. He's got his 3. He's had his moment. Let's play some defense.
Well, with Connor Keogh out, I mean, the Wildcats have a number 7 sweater available.
Yeah.
And we hope, and hey, best wishes to Connor. We hope you're doing a lot better.
Well, the Wildcat girls varsity team ended up losing 3-2 in overtime to Eastview here earlier today. Unfortunate result that time for the girls because they're like the boys battling for section seating.
There's Adams again.
Oh, I see a trend.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's got that Selly thing down. I'm assuming that's a he.
Yeah, I could. You know what I'm enjoying is if you look at the high school players are actually having a good laugh. Are having a good laugh at the Sellys. Or when number 17 falls down and goes splat. So in any event. But
look who.
No way.
Oh,
Surely not again.
Rifled that one home. That ties the 5 Marion Gabrick had against the Rangers back in the day.
I think that's true. So the girls and the boys both battling for section seating. We'll see how this all turns out. But Cats right now, as we said at the end of the first period, definitely, not by a lot, but the better team on the ice, Mike.
Should mention too, a real opportunity. It is Stick It to Cancer night here at the Eagan Civic Arena, and they'll be doing Chuck-a-Puck after the second period with proceeds going to fight something that pretty much affects every family one way or another.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an opportunity to raise money, raise awareness, and certainly show support. I think that's, to be honest with you, I don't know how much, we might raise some money, we might show, I think it's showing support for people is the biggest thing of the nights like that is the opportunity to embrace other people. We've, Mike, we talk about youth sports being, they are just youth sports, right? But there's some important things that go on in the world, and one of them is dealing with health issues.
Absolutely. Adams needs one more to match his jersey number, by the way. He just potted number 6. Uh-oh.
Well, we got 2 pucks on the ice now, so
Okay.
they threw out an extra puck on the ice. So I'm going to say that the white team's defense is getting just a little too stretched out.
Right. A minute to go in the chippers. Again, one of the best things they do, I think, at Eagan hockey games is having the little chippers out there.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, Mike? I will tell this story because we happen to be playing Eastview. There were a number of years ago when Eagan was playing Eastview here at Eagan Civic Arena, and I remember one of the boys were out here to watch, little chippers and to participate as you see them participating now as the boys were playing. I remember a particular Eastview parent, and this is not an indictment of all Eastview parents, it just happened to be an Eastview parent who I knew, and his response was, shouldn't they be drinking water? Shouldn't they be back in the locker room getting their Gatorade and that kind of thing? And of course, I kind of was like, I didn't say anything, because I just heard it and kind of walked by because we were doing the game. And as it turns out, Cats didn't need any help that night. I think the final score was about 5-1.
Don't worry, I'm sure the high school players know full well the importance of this good nutrition when they get back to that locker room. So another fun evening of little chipper hockey in the Eagan Civic Arena.
We'll see you in about 10 years playing for the Wildcats.
And the chippers are going to head off through the lineup of the Eagan Wildcats. Sticks raised high. And we are going to take ourselves our first break after 1 period. It's the Eagan Wildcats 1, the Eastview Lightning nothing. And we'll be back for second period action in just a few minutes here on ETV.
We are here to help you stay safe while riding your e-bike in the city of Eagan.
An e-bike or an electronic bicycle is a bicycle that has pedals and it has an electronic motor that assists with pedaling. There's 3 different classes of an e-bike. Class 1 is a pedal assist up to 20 miles an hour. Class 2 is a pedal assist with throttle up to 20 miles an hour. And Class 3 is a pedal assist only up to 28 miles an hour. You are allowed to ride an e-bike on trails, sidewalks, and streets. You have to be 15 years or older to ride the e-bike. E-bike riders, along with bicyclists, have to follow the rules of the roadway while riding in the road. They must signal their turns, they must stay to the right side of a lane, and they have to operate as if you're a car. So at a stop sign, e-bikes, bicycles all have to stop or yield at that stop sign to ensure they can stop completely. We would encourage everyone that's riding an e-bike, or bicycle for that matter, to wear a helmet.
Most e-bikes are powered by lithium-ion batteries. Follow these best practices to stay safe while charging your e-bike. One of the most important things while charging your e-bike is using the proper charger that came with the bike. Make sure you store your e-bike away from exits and other hazards. Charge your e-bike outdoors or in your garage. Make sure you turn the charger off when the cycle is complete. Don't leave it charging all night. Let's all have fun out there, but stay safe.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
We are here to help you stay safe while riding your e-bike in the city of Eagan.
An e-bike or an electronic bicycle is a bicycle that has pedals and it has an electronic motor that assists with pedaling. There's 3 different classes of an e-bike. Class 1 is a pedal assist up to 20 miles an hour. Class 2 is a pedal assist with throttle up to 20 miles an hour. And Class 3 is a pedal assist only up to 28 miles an hour. You are allowed to ride an e-bike on trails, sidewalks, and streets. You have to be 15 years or older to ride the e-bike. E-bike riders, along with bicyclists, have to follow the rules of the roadway while riding in the road. They must signal their turns They must stay to the right side of a lane, and they have to operate as if you're a car. So at a stop sign, e-bikes, bicycles all have to stop or yield at that stop sign to ensure they can stop completely. We would encourage everyone that's riding an e-bike, or bicycle for that matter, to wear a helmet.
Most e-bikes are powered by lithium-ion batteries. Follow these best practices to stay safe while charging your e-bike. One of the most important things while charging your e-bike is using the proper charger that came with the bike. Make sure you store your e-bike away from exits and other hazards. Charge your e-bike outdoors or in your garage. Make sure you turn the charger off when the cycle is complete. Don't leave it charging all night. Let's all have fun out there, but stay safe.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus!
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
No, you guys did good. Hey, welcome back inside the Eagan Civic Arena. We get set for second period action after a lengthy few laps with the Zamboni here at the Civic Arena, taking a little extra time, but we're getting set for the second period action. It's 1-0 Eagan Wildcats as Brody Kreiser with that first period goal for the home team. He's Nathan Cronum, Mike Cook. We appreciate you being with us here on ETV. And Nathan, we talked a little bit during the break ourselves. Eastview's probably going to come out guns a-blazing, so to speak, in this one.
They're going to come out guns blazing. They're going to show whatever quality they have because they know how important this game is. The Wildcats had a lot of momentum. I think it's fair to say had a fair amount of momentum heading into that first intermission with the little chippers as well as some extended time because of the little Zamboni issue, leaving some ice chunks on the ice. There was an extended delay.
Yeah.
And I think anytime the other team, and whether this is football or hockey, anytime the other team has some momentum, the more time you can make them take between, the more you can slow the game down, the better off you're going to be. So I think that break was just what the Lightning needed. I expect them to come out in this second period and put shots on Schwark.
Absolutely. 17 minutes is on the clock. Eastview's going to go the Pavoni, Taylor, Wooten trio. Cats countering with Turner, Williams, and Larson. And we are underway, period number 2 here from the Civic Arena. Hockey Day in Minnesota, Eagan style, I guess you could call it. A big rivalry game with the Eastview Lightning. And we were saying, too, I expect the hitting to continue as well. That one up into the netting with a mere 28 seconds elapsed in this opening period.
And I would expect for the Eastview Lightning that Wooten and I think Wooten and Dwyer are going to be the two guys, the big seniors on the ice for them. I expect those guys to be the leaders, step up and try to make things happen for the Lightning.
Yeah, I think if you're from an outsider perspective, you look at those are the two guys you really have to keep an eye on this Eastview squad. Look at this Eastview squad. I see a lot of guys that are they're all right there. They don't have like the superstar kind of thing like some teams do over time. But yeah, Wooten, Dwyer, but then a very solid unit group of players behind them as well. Scanlon pokes that one out off the end boards, or off the sideboards, I should say. Here comes Turner and the Wildcats. Turner, long shot. That goes just high and wide. Big Pavikin low.
Just missing a bit of quality there for Turner. Unlucky for him.
Shot on goal! 2-0 Cats. Is it Turner or was that tip by Thomas? Liam Thomas was right in front, and Thomas is going to be the first guy to the bench.
Well, it was a good shot. I just said they were missing a little bit of quality there for Turner not being able to hit the goal face after the great move. He gets the puck back, and he makes me eat my words with a good shot right on, and Thomas is there to tip it in. Nice play for the Wildcats.
Number 4, Liam Thomas. Assist to 24, Max Turner.
1:11 time of that goal. And for Turner, that will be his 16th assist of the year. Thomas, goal number 5, including tallies in 2 straight.
Kind of feel for Scanlon. I won't lie. I feel a little bit for Scanlon. The goalie really didn't have much of a chance on that one. That was just too hot, just too shrouded.
Here they come again. Scanlon pad save. Back on his game right away after that goal got let in. Again, like you said, not his fault. It was just a nice play by the Cats. Pavic from way out. Scanlon got the glove down. Easy save there for Scanlon.
Cats
sorry, go ahead, Nathan.
I was going to say, Cats have come out here and put one on the board early in the second period. I still expect a big response here from the Eastview Lightning, Mike. I cannot think in a rivalry game like this the Lightning will fail to show up.
Correct. Nygaard in on the draw as Turvold gets tossed. Won by the Eastview Lightning. And they're going to bring it around far side, dumping that one in. O'Donnell gives chase. Ballman with him. Shilkin in for the Wildcats, 16 in white. Hilly knocks his man out. Schwarkill, he will hang on to the puck, probably wisely there. Face-off will be to his left.
O'Donnell was lurking just outside the crease, so smart there by Schwark just to cover it up. Again, with a 2-0 lead in the second, even early in the second period, you can afford to be a little smart about this stuff, Mike. You have to play good fundamental hockey.
And there's a big hit. Eastview fans looking for a call. No officials' arms are in the air. Eastview fans not happy. Here comes Turvold with Kreiser. Kreiser down that right side. Cuts in, out angle. Juicy rebound was there, but instead it's going to be Eastview bringing it out the other way with Dwyer. Nagaro with him. Back to Dwyer. Dwyer opportunity. I think Schwark got a piece of that and made it go over the net. Excellent opportunity, though, for the Lightning.
And Dwyer will be mad at himself. He's not able to steer that and get it hard on frame and really force a great save by Schwark.
Yeah, Dwyer comes in, 3 goals in 19 games this year, but from a defenseman. He's got 14 assists, however. Yeah, I really like the way he plays, and he's only a junior. Sam Moten is a senior, number 4 in blue, or black and blue, I guess you would say, to officially Eastview colors. Eastview comes in, they're 7-12 on the season. Cats 9-1. Cats 4-5 in conference play. Eastview 3-7. Interesting stat I saw when I was looking at the standings. Eastview in conference play has been outscored 41-22, according to the Legacy site.
And we do our best for the statistics here, but of course, being a couple of volunteers and not always having the opportunity to figure out exactly where the statistics are best kept. Sometimes we do a decent job with that.
Yeah, but
you do a great job. I do a barely passable job.
No, team effort. No, what Coach Kreiser said, Hockey Legacy is the site, and Eastview is offside as they couldn't quite drag the toe on the far side was Taylor. Tried his darndest, but couldn't quite get it. Yeah, Coach Kreiser said he uploads all the Eagan stats to Legacy Hockey, so that's the best spot to go. I know we've been using the Hockey Hub for a while.
Yep. Well, I was this many days old when I found out about the Legacy site, so congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You'll have airtight statistics here moving forward.
Or at least coach certified.
Coach certified, yeah. Not exactly. Oh, ref.
Back in, Eastview forced the tag. They do. That was Shapoknikov down that far side. He gets ridden to the boards by Ballman. Dwyer's going to keep that one in. Tried to get O'Donnell, I think, coming out from behind the net a little bit. And it's Shapoknikov, number 7. He's out there with Hilly and O'Donnell. That trio for the Eastview Lightning. Ballman in for the Wildcats. Ballman shot to goal! John Ballman. 3-0 Eagan Wildcats.
Ballman with an absolute laser to the top corner. Scanlon saw it all the way. Can't say that he was screened on that one. I think Ballman just loaded up and unloaded that one. And you're going to give a guy a shot like that, and Scanlon can't cover the entire net. But what an absolute laser. He could see it coming. I'm not sure he could have done much about it.
Volbo with the lone assist on Ballman's first of the season. And for Volbo, that'll increase his assists up to 6, including helpers in at least back-to-back games. Williams stopped by. Boy, puck still there. Scanlon hard in that post tight. He finally gets the mid down, and Larson a little shove. That's going to get a penalty on Eastview. And here we go.
And we've got at least one Eagan player making sure that we get matching minors. We've got an extra shot there from a Eastview player, and you knew it was all going to set off and come off at some point in this game.
Looked like it was Garrett Larson kind of pushed an Eastview player, and he ended up tripping over the net. Eastview player charged in. I think I got the right number, but we'll wait for the official call. But Turner I think they got cross-checked in the back. And I'm going to call it. It was a cheap shot.
Yeah, that's.
And it was the official outside the blue line.
Yeah.
His arm couldn't have snapped up much quicker than it did.
Yeah, he saw that. Well, he could see it coming. He could see the Eastview player coming. We're going to have multiple. I think we're going to have at least 2 penalties probably here against the Lightning. We'll probably have a minor here against this Cats as well.
4:26 of the second is the time of this. I don't want to call it a melee. This boys will be boys incident.
Well, it's a boys will be boys incident as long as nobody gets hurt. Now, of course, they've got the Wildcat penalty door open, and there will be a penalty probably against the Cats.
Yep. Just kind of looking at the scoreboard. Let's see what they put up there. If it's a 2 or a 5 or what happens.
Well, we've talked so many times in this game, Mike, about how you have to be smart in a rivalry game like this. There are going to be situations where penalties will present themselves, but you've got to be smart about how you do this. A little bit of frustration perhaps on the part of the Lightning, but they still have well over half the game to go. And it's not like they haven't been able to get out of their own end. They've created scoring chances on Schwark. They have to just stay the course, right? Don't lose your cool and stay the course. Ref's talking about this one again. Like I said, I would imagine we're going to get at least 2 penalties against the Lightning and probably a penalty against the Wildcats.
Yeah, I would think you got to have offsetting roughings of some kind. And then maybe for the initial hit.
Yep, an extra 2 for that one. An extra 2 for that one, and then take the other 2 take Larson and the other Lightning player for roughing, matching minors.
Yep. Well, and this is something we talked to Coach Kreiser about before the game, about just making sure the guys, you got to stay smart out there. We know it's a rivalry game. We know it's teenage boys. We know you've played against your opponent for 10-plus years growing up at all the different levels. You get the big school rivalry.
The referee's talking to the captains, talking to Dwyer and Lunenburg there in the circle, and what they got to remind these guys is, hey, captains, you need to control your guys. You need to make sure that your guys are going to behave themselves.
And Klein will join in the conversation for Eastview.
Well, it never hurts to get a few extra sets of ears.
Coach Kreiser looking for an explanation there on the Eagan bench of everything that's going down.
So I know there was a lot of activity. I am surprised it is taking this long, Mike. In fact, I'm shocked. It should be an easy call against the Lightning for the initial shot, matching minors for the 2 players who were roughing around. As long as nobody else was horsing around and doing anything beyond just some pushing and shoving, it should just be pretty easy. I don't know this has gone on now for almost 2 minutes.
Yep.
And what is the conversation about? It should be an Eagan penalty, power play, probably matching minors on the guys after the fact. Are they having trouble getting the numbers? Are they missing what number it is?
And I want to thank you for putting it on the form of the question as they play the Jeopardy music in the Eagan Civic Arena.
Forgive me, folks, and if you're at home, you're just as dumbfounded as we are. Yep. I have no idea. I have no idea why this is taking forever. Both penalty doors are open. That's fine. I get it. 2 Lightning, 1 Wildcat. Let's go.
Unfortunately, we're kind of more of a bare-bones system we've got to use tonight here on Eagan TV, so we don't have the replay capability as we've had over the years, as Wooten and Taylor are going to step into the box for Eastview. We'll see who comes in for the Eagan Wildcats.
Larson's already the closest to the door. I think it was Larson that was pushing and shoving down there, grabbing a Lightning player, so I would imagine it'll be him. Maybe not.
Although he was like I said, he kind of pushed the guy at the post. To me, it looked like the guy kind of fell off on the outside of the net. And Larson is going to go. And so is Shilkin.
Well, this is ridiculous.
Well, let's see what they call here. Is it just going to be off settings all the way?
That's ridiculous. The whole thing is set off by an Eastview Lightning player, and I don't remember which player it was, but one of the Lightning players sets the whole thing off. There's some pushing and shoving and some grabbing and grappling after the fact. But where's the second Eagan penalty? And I think Coach Kreiser is rightfully asking, where's the second Eagan penalty here? I don't get it.
Well, we're going to play 5-on-5. I'm trying to wait for the official announcement, but I'm going to guess we've got 4 roughing minors is what they're ultimately decided. Well, hopefully we don't see that again. Yep. Yeah, it looks like it's going to all be roughings. Yep. Across the board.
I got to level with you, Mike. I am absolutely mystified.
Yep.
I mean, The Cats, shame on the Cats for taking the bait, right? And they were easily going to get a power play if they had just kept their cool. But again, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Opportunity, Eastview, shorthand gets a goal. Isaac Pavolny. Nice move, backhand, forehand, right over Schwark's left shoulder. And Eastview on the board at 5:11 of period number 2. Just a burst of speed by Pavolny. Got behind a defender. Second goal of the year for the junior.
Well, he's long and athletic, but holy cow, I did not. Now, to be fair, I cannot say I broke down a lot of tape on Mr. Pavolny, but I'll tell you, Mike, that was something special. And and again, there's the response. There's the response for the Lightning that we were expecting.
O'Donnell gets the second assist, and Noah Shapoknikov got the first assist on that goal for Pavolny. Second of the season, and coincidentally, second of his career. Shots 22-13. 3-1 Eagan, where it matters the most, but that was a huge goal for the Eastview Lightning.
Well, it's put a lot of energy back into the Eastview student section, into the Eastview fans. The Eastview bench has even gotten a little bit excited about it.
Yep.
Cats got to tamp this down a little bit, make sure this doesn't become a run.
Turner to draw for the Wildcats against Pavolny. And Souvenir, nice catch. And they conveniently just toss that back onto the ice.
It's one of our Eagan youth hockey coaches. Happen to recognize him from the tired look of dealing with hockey season, but also worked with him last year. I won't name him in case he's here, with someone he's not supposed to be with.
Come on. This isn't a Coldplay concert.
It's a Coldplay concert, exactly.
O'Donnell couldn't quite control. Thomas comes back for the Wildcats. Instead, it's going to be Williams. Williams 1-on-3. Williams got an opportunity. Tied up nicely that time by Klein. Scanlon able to steer that one aside as it came through. Eastview trying to get that one out of the zone, and they finally will. Pavolny to O'Donnell. Thomas at the wall for the Wildcats. A little extra shoving over there between he and Pavolny. Nothing that will warrant any kind of sitting. 10.5 to go, or just over 10.5 to go in this second period. I'm going to call it an entertaining second period.
Oh, it's been entertaining. There's been no question about that, and the Lightning have certainly made this a game. Lightning are going to get another power play. Cats, ill-disciplined, committing an interference call right in front of Schwark. And now the Eastview Lightning with an opportunity to get some even more momentum.
And it's going to be Ballman to sit for the Eagan Wildcats. 6:35 time of that one. So Ballman gets that third Eagan goal. And now he gets the third Eagan penalty that's not an offsetting call. Cats do have 5 penalties, of course. 2 of those were roughing at the same time Eastview had 2. So third power play opportunity of the night for the Eastview Lightning. You get it right back up top. Wooten. Here comes Dwyer. Dwyer's on the near side. Shot! Oh, just missed going to that top corner. Great look that time for O'Donnell.
Now O'Donnell will be mad at himself that he is not able to get that on frame.
Wooten. Dwyer again through traffic. Not sure Schwark ever saw that, but he did make the save. Right in front of that Eastview student section. The vocal Eastview student section. Dwyer, big shot that time. O'Donnell, Schwark on that one.
Second time the Lightning have set that up, Mike. Obviously, they're working it to try to get O'Donnell that shot.
Dwyer from way out. That goes just wide of the cage. Good power play thus far for the Eastview Lightning, which is just shy of halfway over. Been in the Eagan zone the entire time. Wooten to Dwyer. Dwyer near side. That's O'Donnell back to Dwyer. Dwyer was going to go low. Cats able to finally clear that one out of harm's way. Eastview's going to change. Looks like just one player as Hilly comes over the boards. Pops up Turner in there for the Wildcats. Nygaard battles with Klein. Nygaard and Klein in the corner. Little help this time coming over from Colby Taylor. And numbers not in the Wildcats' favor. Turner, aggressive play.
What a huge trip there.
Cats looking for a call.
The Cats deserved a call there. He's not trying to trip him, but his stick is out. He takes out the Wildcat. I think it was
Turner.
It was Turner. Took him out, cleaned him out completely. The referee's talking to the ref saying, dude, how do you miss that? And he's absolutely right. Not only is there still a power play for 22 seconds, but the face-offs to the right of Schwark.
Yep.
No, I think the Cats were hard done by there.
22 seconds to go, man. Advantage, Eastview. Pavolny, he's got the goal for the Lightning thus far. Cats able to clear it out. Turner that time, and he'll head to the bench. Just single numbers this time left on the Eastview power play. Heister has got Hansen trailing him. Hansen near side boards, and Egan's going to get this one out of the zone. Lunenburg past Pavolny. Lunenburg going for the one-handed backhand. Couldn't quite get there.
Nice job by Scanlon keeping his concentration, making sure that didn't roll through a crease.
Yep. Charlie Forster looking to get it out for the Cats. Kept in, however, by Eastview. Opportunity in front. Schwark was down at the bottom of the goal, covered well. Goes wide of the cage. Big hit right in front of that student section. Egan looking to regroup. They had two quick ones in this period to take a 3-0 lead. And then Pavolny and Schwark, play the puck. He's going to. Eastview has to tag up to get on sides. I think Schwark wasn't sure what he was supposed to do with that puck when he got it.
Well, it's strange because here's the thing: Eastview hadn't gotten out of the zone yet, so I'm not 100% sure why that was weird.
Here's Forster for the Wildcats. He dumps it in, waiting for his teammates to get out. Everybody is on side wearing white, but that's enough time for Eastview. Loud opportunity. O'Donnell, Schwark. We stay at 3-1.
Schwark standing tall for the Wildcats. What a save and what a defensive breakdown for the Wildcats. Hopefully for the Wildcats, not one more of those.
Williams for Vobel. Vobel centers it in front as he was watched by Hilly. Kept in Eagan Wildcats. Williams down low. Larson in front, trying to get Vobel on a redirect. Nothing there.
I mean, we're not going to see the replay, Mike, but defensive breakdowns in a game like this cannot happen like that. You cannot allow a player like O'Donnell to get an opportunity one-on-one with Schwark. I mean, yes, Schwark makes the save, but trust me, that is not a high percentage play.
Hey, we mentioned Andrew Vobel a moment ago. I want to give a shout out Connie and Tom Smith checking in from Rochester tonight. Watching Eagan Wildcat hockey here on the ETV. Thanks for being with us. Also want to say hello to Kathleen and Dave Milross checking in from Florida.
Is it warmer there than it is here?
Better be.
I hope so.
But they don't have a minus in front of their number. Can you imagine if it ever got below zero in Florida?
Oh, heavens. Perish the thought.
Yeah, absolutely. Here they come the other way. Pavolny said he's got one. Schwark fights it, but he does make the stop with 6:20 to go. As we said, we know a lot of the grandparents and family members of these players are able to watch their guys here on ETV, and we're happy to bring it to you. We have an all-star crew tonight, don't we?
We do have an all-star award-winning crew. Tim Shinyan is our director. Kiana Zastapil and Nick Mudd are our camera operators. Thanks so much for making us look and sound good. Mike and I have got the easy jobs. You guys make us not only look good, sound good, but are really kind of the eyes and ears of Eagan, ETV, and it's great to have you here.
Yeah. We said 6:20 to go. Draw to the left of Schwark. We'll do that again as 3 seconds elapsed. I want to give a shout out to all the Eastview fans that are checking in to watch their squad tonight. I know when we do Eastview Eagan football, we get some pretty good numbers when those games are on, and we know they're not all Eagan fans.
No.
Here comes Ballman. Let's just dump that one in as we approach 6 minutes to go here in this second period. Pavic back to Eilertson. Pavic down low. He's got Thomas with him. Thomas has a goal tonight for the Cats. Like Pavic stays with it. Pavic fighting off an Eastview defender. That was Pavolny against Pavic. A little bit of a size mismatch there with Pavolny coming through. But here comes Eilertson. Eilertson, nice deflection that time by Hansen to get back for the Eastview Lightning. Thomas thought he had a great opportunity, but Hansen got that stick out, pass across. Thomas is there. Block shot, Ballman. Eastview nearly able to break one out that time as well. Down that far side with Taylor. Instead it's Williams for the Wildcats. Back and across. Couldn't quite connect. Garrett Larson charging down the slot. And we've got a penalty upcoming. Larson, a little extracurriculars as he and Pavolny. I don't think they're exchanging Instagram accounts or anything like that.
Insta handles, yeah.
Is that what they call it? Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's what it's called.
I'll go with it. Penalty happened down in the corner. I did not see it happen, so I'm not sure what the call is. Turner's talking to the officials.
It's gonna be a penalty against Turner. I think. I don't think it's going to be boarding. I don't think it's going to be boarding. I don't think it should be a 5. It was a hard hit. Rough. Yep.
Rough is the call.
Yep. I think that's probably the right call. But again, that's a situation where you're ahead 3-1. You're playing good hockey. You fought off a power play. They've scored. Hey, let's make sure. Yeah, finish your check, but don't try to create one. Yep. Right? Don't try to create one out of whole cloth.
So I believe this will be the 4th power play of the night for Eastview. Wooten across. Eastview had really good puck movement last time they had the man advantage. Here's Wooten from the dot. Fanned on that shot. You're not going to see that very often with Wooten.
That was well worked that time by the Lightning.
Puck pops up. Dwyer with I think I heard him call for it. Back across. Here's Dwyer. Shot. Schwark is there. Got the glove down. The sophomore with a sensational read for Eagan.
Yeah, Cats are going to change with this long change here in the second period. I think you have to do that every time you get a chance. They've only been out there for just over 30 seconds, but you never know how long these power plays can stay in your own end.
1:28 to go, man advantage for the Lightning. All the way down. Cats able to dump that one down. Scanlon, he'll have to play that one. Big aggressive play by the Eagan captain, Nygaard, or one of the Eagan captains, I should say. Just over a minute to go, man advantage, Eastview. Here comes O'Donnell. Nice job, everybody did stay on side. Sometimes it's tough when that player makes a little bit of a move at the blue line. Here's Dwyer, Wooten. Wooten from the dot, just missed wide. Inches away from this being a 3-2 hockey game.
Well, it hit something and went down. I could not tell what it hit. Scanlon makes a tricky little save there.
33 to go, man advantage. And a little more time will elapse in favor of the Eagan Wildcats. Turvold aggressively on the forecheck for the Wildcats.
It makes you wonder, Mike, if maybe the Wildcats have got not some tape, but maybe they've got some coaching, or they have some sort of thing here that they think that that aggressive deep forecheck on the power play, in the penalty kill, is what they want. Right? It's clearly being coached, and that's what they want to do.
Eagan Wildcats now back at full strength. Oh, Schwark has to fight that one off. We stay 3-1. Ballman in there, a bit of a hit. Eilertson in there for the Cats. Here's Hilly up top. That goes wide. Eastview player gets upended. That was Nigro that hit the ice on his back. Nigro looking for a call, just like the Eastview fan section was. I didn't see the initial hit. I just saw the player going head over heels.
Yeah, so I saw what I think was the initial hit, and my judgment on that was, he's upset. Yep. He's upset he didn't call, but I think what he needs to understand is, I think from my perspective, we'll have to go back and look at it. The Eastview coaching staff not happy with it, but I think the Eagan player backed into him. I think it wasn't like a situation where he was intentionally – I don't think he was intentionally trying to clean him out. Now maybe the replay will make a liar out of me, but I don't think that was happening. So as a result, I can see why the referees maybe said, okay, that's not a call I'm going to make in this game, but that doesn't help Nigro.
Here's Shilkin. That went high. Scanlon didn't know where that one was after he got a piece of it off his right shoulder. Just under 2.5 to go in the period. Next goal is a big one for either squad. Lunenburg keeps that one in for the Wildcats. Here's Pavic. Got 2 men with him. Shilkin. Scanlon rebound is there. Oh, they couldn't quite get that one home. It's coming off the bench. I think that was that Garrett Larson? It was.
Oh.
Shilkin, Larson.
Offside. The blue line bites again.
I just noticed Coach Kreiser on the bench. Hands to head. Disbelief over that call.
I think it was the right call. I think it sure looked like it slipped out. Linesman was right there on the line. I was going to say, to me, it looked like it was out from my perspective.
I was watching the down low play. See a couple of guys were kind of pushing at each other, so I did not see it out. That's where you go, gosh, I wish we had the replay. We don't.
We'll have to talk to the executive producer about that one.
Exactly. Who has the night off, by the way? Turner. With the opportunity, $1:43 to go, we stay 3-1 as Scanlon with another save.
Scanlon pouncing on that one as it floated out in front of him. Looked a little bit harried. The body language would suggest there was a little bit of urgency, maybe a little bit of anxiety there as that puck was floating around. I think both goalies in this game know how important that next goal is.
Eagan has 28 shots on goal, and Eastview's been giving up a lot of shots lately. Gave up 46 to Lakeville South the other night in that overtime loss. They gave up 29 to Farmington, but before that they gave up 51 to Rosemount. Back when these teams met back in December, shots were 33-28 Wildcats. Scanlon never got through. Big hit behind the play, kept in Wildcats far side. Larson down low, tried to get it up top. Here's Shilkin. Little wrist shot, it goes in! I think that hit something on the way through, and I'm not sure it was a Wildcat or an Eastview stick. With a minute to go in the second, 4-1 Wildcats. Shilkin first man to the bench.
What I love about Shilly there is he didn't hesitate, Mike. He stepped right into that puck and hammered it towards Scanlon's cage. He did not hesitate. He didn't wait. So many times a player will take an extra touch. So Turner with the assist. With 16 minutes expired here in the second period. What a huge goal for the Wildcats.
Shilkin's second of the year. Turbo gets checked by Hilly to finish the play there. Eagan looking to race out of the zone, but a nice job Kreiser taken out by Hogginson. Kreiser had that first goal of the game for the Wildcats back in the opening period. But now we have 36.3 to go in the second period. Cats have 3 goals this period. Eastview 1.
Lightning have dug themselves a bit of a hole here, Mike. They've got to do something to climb out. Creating a scoring opportunity going end to end here with the last 30 seconds would be huge.
Eilertson through traffic.
But they got to win the face-off first.
Look at Eastview in their last 3 games, all of which were losses. They allowed 4, 5, and 4 goals, respectively. Eagan has 4. Cats, by the way, they've won 5 of 7 coming into this one,
including their last 3.
Yeah.
I mean, what a streak!
Absolutely. Big hit down low. Eilertson keeping this one in for the Wildcats. Send it down near half wall. Turner getting physical down there with Hilly, and we've got a puck out of play, but we've also got a penalty upcoming. And I think, were they looking at Hansen for Eastview? No. I think it's going to be on an Eagan Wildcat. And it's going to be Williams to sit after he falls on the ice trying to get in the door. To no surprise, the Eastview section liked that misstep.
Well, 16:57 to go.
Yep.
Or 16:57, the time of the penalty, excuse me.
And it's going to be Williams for Eagan to sit. Coach Kreiser getting an explanation from the official. Did Williams get a 10 to go with this?
No.
I don't think so.
Surely not.
I wouldn't think.
Yes, he did.
Kreiser's going to sit. I thought I saw the official go hand to hips.
So is the misconduct penalty for chirping afterwards? That's my guess.
I don't know.
We'll find out here.
Dan Williams, 2 minutes for high sticking. A misconduct penalty, 10 minutes. Number 13, Dan Williams.
Yeah, so a misconduct penalty. I think Williams was probably saying something, or as we would call it soccer, if this was soccer, we'd say he was dissenting.
Exactly. I was thinking of Field of Dreams, or not Field of Dreams, Bull Durham. Kevin Costner comes out, and I think he called him yeah.
In any event, we play
exactly.
on.
No, we don't, because it's intermission.
Well, it's intermission now, but Cats have taken, despite the fact that we've got an interesting call-in situation here involving Williams, and the Eastview Lightning will start the third period on the power play. Cats with 3 goals in that period. Goals from Ballman, Turner, and Schilly. Thomas, Ballman, and Schilly. And the Cats have stretched themselves into a 4-1 lead. Again, just have to kill this penalty off in the third period and then play smart hockey. Be smart, right? Good fundamental hockey. No breakaways, no guys getting left on the back door by themselves, no puck watching. Good clearances every time they touch the puck high and hard off the glass, Mike.
15 shots on goal that period for the Wildcats. Eastview 13. That puts us at 30-22. And it's going to be the Eastview Lightning with a nearly full power play when we come back for third period action. You're watching Eagan Wildcat Hockey on ETV.
We are here to help you stay safe while riding your e-bike in the city of Eagan.
An e-bike or an electronic bicycle is a bicycle that has pedals and it has an electronic motor that assists with pedaling. There's 3 different classes of an e-bike. Class 1 is a pedal assist up to 20 miles an hour. Class 2 is a pedal assist with throttle up to 20 miles an hour. And Class 3 is a pedal assist only up to 28 miles an hour. You are allowed to ride an e-bike on trails, sidewalks, and streets. You have to be 15 years or older to ride the e-bike. E-bike riders, along with bicyclists, have to follow the rules of the roadway while riding in the road. They must signal their turns, they must stay to the right side of a lane, and they have to operate as if you're a car. So at a stop sign, e-bikes, bicycles all have to stop or yield at that stop sign to ensure they can stop completely. We would encourage everyone that's riding an e-bike, or bicycle for that matter, to wear a helmet.
Most e-bikes are powered by lithium-ion batteries. Follow these best practices to stay safe while charging your e-bike. One of the most important things while charging your e-bike is using the proper charger that came with the bike. Make sure you store your e-bike away from exits and other hazards. Charge your e-bike outdoors or in your garage. Make sure you turn the charger off when the cycle is complete. Don't leave it charging all night. Let's all have fun out there, but stay safe.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm. to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
We are here to help you stay safe while riding your e-bike in the city of Eagan.
An e-bike or an electronic bicycle is a bicycle that has pedals and it has an electronic motor that assists with pedaling. There's 3 different classes of an e-bike. Class 1 is a pedal assist up to 20 miles an hour. Class 2 is a pedal assist with throttle up to 20 miles an hour. And Class 3 is a pedal assist only up to 28 miles an hour. You are allowed to ride an e-bike on trails, sidewalks, and streets. You have to be 15 years or older to ride the e-bike. E-bike riders, along with bicyclists, have to follow the rules of the roadway while riding in the road. They must signal their turns, they must stay to the right side of a lane, and they have to operate as if you're a car. So at a stop sign, e-bikes, bicycles all have to stop or yield at that stop sign to ensure they can stop completely. We would encourage everyone that's riding an e-bike, or bicycle for that matter, to wear a helmet.
Most e-bikes are powered by lithium-ion batteries. Follow these best practices to stay safe while charging your e-bike. One of the most important things while charging your e-bike is using the proper charger that came with the bike. Make sure you store your e-bike away from exits and other hazards. Charge your e-bike outdoors or in your garage. Make sure you turn the charger off when the cycle is complete. Don't leave it charging all night. Let's all have fun out there, but stay safe.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. But only you can prevent wildfires.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing to keep us focused.
A habit we never skip, to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game? To drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health. Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mental health. Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Whether it's our stories, the warmth of our laugh, or our family's secret sauce, we all bring something different to the table. So make some space. The power of connection is waiting right outside your comfort zone. Learn how you can help strengthen your community at belongingbeginswithus.org/teamup.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused. A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out the self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and mental health. Discover the resources you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
"17 minutes to go in this one. The Eagan Wildcats lead the Eastview Lightning by a 4-1 count as we start the third period of this intra-district battle. But Eastview basically an entire power play to start this third period. He's Nathan Cron. I'm Mike Cook. We say thank you for being back with us here inside the litter box, as the kiddos call it, at the Eagan Civic Arena. And a huge opening 2 minutes for both teams, I would say.
An opportunity for the Eastview Lightning to draw closer to the Wildcats, create a 2-goal game, but an opportunity for the Wildcats just the same, even with Williams and Kreiser in the box. A chance here for the Wildcats to to kill this thing off. They've been good so far on the penalty kill, Mike. I may have just cursed them, of course, as the commentator's curse is always live and well here. The Cats just need to get control of this puck, burn some time, see what they can do with it.
Yeah, this is the 4th power play opportunity of the game for the Eastview Lightning. And this is going to be Taylor, but they are offsides. Klein backhanded in, just a hair before, or I should say Taylor in just a hair before the puck. Dwyer to draw against Tervold. Well, Tervold was on the draw, now it's going to be Eilertson. And the Wildcats, Volvo couldn't quite get that one out of the zone. Instead, it's Wooten that's going to dump it in for Eastview. Tervold and Klein go behind the net. Stop spin, O'Donnell. Eastview trying to come out short side. Klein in there again. Shilkin for Eagan, 1-on-2. Wooten sends it down low. Klein high up out of the glass, and that's going to go all the way down. Good start to this kill for the Eagan Wildcats.
Good use of the glass by Shilkin, getting that high and hard off the glass. And that's absolutely what you want to do. The Cats need to be smart here.
Wooten with wheels. Big save that time by Schwark, his first test of this 3rd period. 57 to go, man advantage for the Eastview Lightning. And Cats able to knock that one out of harm's way. That was John Ballman with the honors. Scanlon, he'll push it up for the Eastview Lightning. And Wooten to regroup. Max Turner in for Eagan. Looks like Eastview's got everybody about set up. And here come the Lightning with 30 seconds to go in the man advantage. Dwyer leaves it for Wooten. Wooten with speed. Wooten shot, that goes off the skate of Forrester. And puck back outside the zone. Maybe time for one more Eastview rush with the man advantage. That's not going to happen because here comes Ballman with an opportunity. Ballman shot, Scanlon makes the save. Ballman looking for his 2nd of the night. Eastview's going to bring this one out. Taylor a little too far. Dumped in by Heister. Eagan back at full strength as Kreiser kind of leaks out of the box. I think he was thinking maybe the Cats could find him a long outlet pass.
Well, they've done it before tonight already, so why not, right?
Yep.
If you're Brody Kreiser.
Hawkinson dumps that one in for Eastview. Shilkin finishes his check in the corner. We'll see if the physical intensity continues in this 3rd period. Eastview opportunity. Couldn't quite control that time was Hansen. He finishes his check hard on Tervold behind the net. Tervold kind of gives Hansen a look, but we play on. No damage back there.
Now, referees taking a good hard look at things behind the play, and the Lightning in offside, and we'll have, I think, a neutral zone face-off. Maybe not. No, I think they're going to bring it all the way down.
Yeah, it's an icing, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they did call icing. I thought maybe one of the Lightning had leaked in over offside and hadn't cleared, but icing it is.
So face-off to the right of Charlie Scanlon. Scanlon has got 27 saves thus far for Eastview. Schwark 22 for Eagan. Nice defensive play. Forster got down to get in the way of that shot from Shepetnikov. Here comes Thomas. Thomas has a goal tonight. Thomas to the outside, watched by Hogginson. Thomas stays with it. Cats just going to dump it back in. Forster to Thomas down in the corner. Inside 14 to go. And here, up and Pavic is going to get penalized on that one. And I want to give Titus credit. He sold that one pretty well, I think. But bottom line is Pavic's going to sit. Eastview power play number 5. It didn't take much. But the Eastview player did hit the ice.
It's not necessarily always the quality of the contact. And again, the ref's going to, Mike, I get a sense that the refs are going to call this, again, they should call it tight. So if it's close or if it's a penalty, then let's call it and make sure they keep these guys under control.
Absolutely. We got a clang there off the shot from O'Donnell. Eastview inches away from getting this to within 4-2. O'Donnell from that left dot area. We've seen O'Donnell wind up with a few of those so far tonight. That young man's got a pretty good shot.
He does. He has not found the back of the net
He
yet.
has not.
He'd desperately like to here for the the Lightning.
Dwyer lost that one. Turvold for Eagan. It's a foot race. Turvold taken down by Dwyer. Eastview fans loving that. Some of these Eagan fans looking for a call, but no, there wasn't one there.
No.
Taylor across. O'Donnell couldn't quite get everything on that one-timer. The setup was there. Taylor will send it near side.
Cats are living dangerously, Mike. Are they going to get burned?
Yep, Colby Taylor gets it back. 1 minute to go in the Eastview power play. Dwyer's just going to send that one low. I was thinking they might try to get this back to Dwyer at the point. He does have it. He'll have to make a spin move, though. Try to get around Turvold. Wooten centers the cross. O'Donnell with another blast. That hit Ballman, and that's got to hurt.
Great block by Ballman.
Ballman to the bench along with Eilertson. A couple of fresh D for the Wildcats on this kill. It has 33 seconds left in it. Eastview making some changes as well.
Eastview fans getting really impatient with the Lightning.
Yeah, I was going to say, whoa, look out. Wooten upended by Turner. And Turner comes back into the defensive zone. Let's check it. That was Hansen that was upended by Turner. 12 seconds to go, man advantage Eastview.
Turner with a little bit of youthful exuberance there. Also managed to shoot that puck, I guess, into the or off of somebody on the bench area. Right. Unlucky there for Turner. He's got to keep that down off the board so that the puck can make it all the way down to the other end, kill off this man advantage. Cats are living dangerously. They might escape, Mike.
Here's Pavolny from way out. That never got through, hit traffic. I think Nigro might have got hit from that shot. Eagan is going to kill off this power or play. And we are now 5-on-5 hockey here from the Civic Arena, big District 196 battle. I said these teams played a 3-2 game about 6 weeks ago down at Apple Valley Sports Arena. That was a game Eastview led 2-0. The Cats, Williams had a couple, and then Garrett Larson, the game winner in the third period. Officials just letting them play.
I like how Thomas is staying high. The third forward is staying nice and high, making sure that the Wildcats don't give up any type of odd man rush going the other direction.
And it's scrumming in the corner again, and finally Eastview's going to be able to come away with this puck. Long outlet pass, that should be an ice on the Lightning, and it will be with 10:49 to go. Eagan fans, coming up next, Lakeville North is here on a Wednesday night, the 28th, and then the Cats have 9 days off before Shakopee, the South Suburban Conference leader, is here at the Civic Arena. 5 of the Cats' last 6 games, including tonight, are here in the Eagan Civic Arena. The lone road trip will be to Rosemount on the 12th. That one hits the official. O'Donnell for Eastview. Dangerous pass, nearly able to go the other way. That time was Quinn Mead. First shift, I believe, for Quinn tonight. I know he was out for some JV action earlier.
Ballman taking exception to one of his teammates being dumped in the corner.
Yep.
In fact, that might be Mead.
No, Mead's out here at the top.
It was Turvold. Sorry.
Mead couldn't quite get that one as he was reaching for it. Oh, bad turnover. Wooten opportunity. Wooten across. Saved that time. Short got the pad out. Good pressure by the Eastview Lightning. O'Donnell didn't get good wood on that one. So we're inside 10 to go in the third. Ballman will send that one all the way down. Cat's going to make a change for everybody except Ballman that time. Nygaard hustling in, number 2 in white. Eastview Klein sends it around. Eastview gets that one out of the zone. Here comes O'Donnell. He's got Taylor with him. O'Donnell, Schwark fought that one off the glove. Larson finishes his check in the corner on Taylor. And Nygaard's going to dump that one in. I believe we're going to get an icing, and we are. By the way, Eastview fans, coming up Thursday night, you've got another rivalry game. You're technically at Apple Valley Burnsville, which is a game at the Apple Valley Sports Arena. Again, just a matter of what color sweater do you wear. And then you finish with, you have Shakopee, Lakeville North at home, at Prior Lake, Rosemount at home. So 4 of the last 5 games for Eastview will be at the Apple Valley Sports Arena.
Keep your eye on the Cats. Can they play good fundamental hockey? They've already made a couple of errors that have not burned them, as the Eastview Lightning unable to take advantage of those errors. But again, if you keep making errors, the Lightning will bite back and eventually get back into this hockey game.
All the way down there will not be icing. Officials quickly making that clear to everyone on the ice. Turner overskates that puck, and here's Nygaard trying to poke it out. He does, and Nygaard is going to hop over the bench. Probably a much-needed line change for Nygaard. He had look out, we got some extracurriculars. Larson, and he gets hit again. Titus came over after Larson, and I believe it was it Dwyer with the initial hit on Larson. Maybe a cross check will be the call on Dwyer. Kudos to Garrett Larson for not responding. 8:49 to go. We'll have a penalty against the Eastview Lightning. Ben Williams still in the box for Eagan, serving that 10-minute misconduct. He got very late in the second period. He'll be able to come out, I believe, just after the 7-minute mark. There's 7 minutes to go in this one. Shot through traffic, rebound is there, overskating it. It was number 4, Thomas, coming in. Pavic was there as well for Eastview.
And they're going to get the Wildcats for a trip.
I was going to say, that power play did not last long.
No, or interference. I guess officially they're going to call interference against Pavic.
So we'll play 4-on-4 for 140. Face-off will be back in the Eagan Wildcat zone, as we're just past the halfway point in this third period.
So second penalty for Pavic in the last 6.5, 7 minutes. And I think that Pavic may not see the ice a whole lot more moving forward if he can't stay out of the box.
Yep.
Although in fairness, I think that was a bit hard done by there.
Turned in front, and it's 5-1. Eagan on the rebound. Turner with a tally.
Turner says, no problem, Blake, I got your back. Cashes in for the Wildcats. Nicely done. And so Turner lights the lamp for the Wildcats, giving them a 4-goal lead. Boy, that might flip the script on this one really quick, Mike.
Yep, 8:42 time remaining. We're going to stay 4-on-4. And you know that one's got to feel good for Turner, who's been involved in a little bit of pushing and shoving, we could say, tonight. Did get a roughing call in that second period. And he also got called for an unsportsmanlike early on back in the first. So Eilertson, the lone assist for the Wildcats. And as you said, Nathan, 5-1 game.
And at this point, the Cats just need to make sure that they have good, solid clearances, don't create odd man rushes, make smart passes. I mean, it's simple, basic, fundamental, direct hockey, if you want to call it that. Nothing fancy at this point.
Riley out for his first shift tonight for the Wildcats. William Riley, the junior defenseman, has got a goal and a couple of helpers this year. Quinn Mead, another shift for him. Setterland out for Eastview. We have not called him a whole lot this evening on that defensive pairing for the Eastview Lightning, along with Eddie Mish. The other thing we mentioned the Cats they need to do is stay out of the extracurriculars, shall we say.
No, absolutely. Got to be smart, stay out of the extracurriculars. There will be, let's face it, there's going to be one more, maybe two more conflagrations at some point in this game.
Mead opportunity. Officials no call there. Eastview now on the power play for 20 seconds. Dwyer slowly out of the box to the bench. Wooten slowly, almost dare I say dejectedly, onto the ice for Eastview. And he's looking for the long outlet pass, intercepted by Vobel. He'll send that one all the way in. It's a good heads-up play there by the Eagan junior. Eagan now back at full strength. And I believe Williams will come out at the next whistle. Chile against Wooten. Cats trying to poke that one out, trying to get Larson in trying to spring Larson along the far side. O'Donnell's going to not get that one. Let's get all the way down. Pavic gives chase, and we've got icing against the Wildcats. 6:03 to go.
Shots 35-24 in favor of the Wildcats. It's been, there have been a couple of spurts where the Wildcats have really put a number of shots on the board, Mike, but otherwise it's been a fairly even game in terms of being up and down. I mean, it's not like the Eastview Lightning, despite the 4-goal lead for the Wildcats, it's not like the Lightning have been caught up in their own end, unable to do anything. They've put pressure on Schwark.
Christian Williams is still in the box. As you were saying about pressure on Schwark.
There was some pressure on Schwark.
Right there.
At some point, boys, you got to play the body, right? I mean, you can't just go through the stick.
Right. Smartly play the body.
Smartly through the body. Just make him go through you.
Yep. Chile to regroup for the Wildcats. In low, he's watched by Taylor for Eastview. Taylor, Pavolny, Wooten. And I would expect a lot of that trio in the last 5.5 minutes for the Eastview Lightning.
Yeah, Lightning need to get one here in the next minute or two so that they can have a chance to kind of climb back in this thing. I mean, I could see them with even a 3-goal lead, maybe pulling the goalie and trying to stretch one, especially if the Cats take a penalty, which would be ill-advised at this point, certainly. Yep.
Well, I think for Eastview, the key right now is you got to find some defense, not just tonight alone, but you've given up 18 goals in 4 games if Eagan stays at 5. That's not going to win you many hockey games, giving up 4.5 a night.
We've called a few Eagan hockey games with Eagan teams that have given up goals at that kind of a clip, and it's rough.
Yep. 5 to go.
Cats could just cycle.
Going to leave it for Pavic down low. Pavic knocked off. He and Hilly battle behind the net. A little extra help coming in there for Eastview was number 23, Eddie Mish. Lunenburg is down. Watching behind the play was Pavic and Hilly. Official was right on that. Nothing untoward becoming that, although Pavic and Hilly right at the boards. And Pavic goes over the boards onto the Eagan bench after a couple of shoves to Hilly. Larson dropped at the blue line by Titus. Nice hit by Eastview's center, Nick Titus. Up in front. Cats appear to be well on their way to, this would be their 4th straight win. And bump up to 10-9-1 on the season. They are 4 minutes away from that level. And they'd be back to 5-5 in conference play.
Also a big victory for them in section seedings, right? I mean, the Lightning and Park, Eastview and Park, arguably right above or right with the Wildcats, but the Wildcats getting a win here is going to give them 4 wins against section opponents, Mike, and that's huge.
Yes.
So these guys might be, I'm not going to say it now, but there's a percentage, the AWS stats would tell you there's a percentage chance the Wildcats could get a home playoff game.
Absolutely.
They could get a home playoff game as a 4 seed.
I said, Coach Kreiser is well aware of that, but he also knows you cannot look that far ahead. You've got to take the proverbial 1 game at a time kind of thing, 1 shift at a time, which leads to 1 game at a time. 3:15 to go in this one. Speaking of Kreiser, that's Brody. Another shot. He opened the scoring for the Eagan Wildcats back in period number 1 with his 2nd goal in as many games. 3:10 to go. And for the Eastview Lightning, presuming they don't have a, dare I say, a miracle comeback, this will be 4 straight losses after they had a stretch where they won 5 of 6 around the holiday season. One loss in that stretch was to Holy Angels.
And nothing to sneeze at there. Holy Angels top ranked, I think, in Class A hockey, aren't they?
Yeah, they're usually one of the top schools. A I'll be honest with you, I'm not certain on my Class A rankings this
Well,
year. I'm presuming Hermantown's probably number one.
We know that they're up there.
Yeah.
We know that Holy Angels is up there.
Yep.
Cats ice the puck. Opportunity. Schwark got a little bit aspirational, trying to send that one down, looking for an assist. And again, can't imagine given the 4-goal lead, I can't imagine Scanlon will get pulled at this point. This is
Larson sends it around. Hogginson from way out. Eilertson got a piece of that on the way through. Williams is back for the first time, I believe, this period. He's out for a shift. Turner kind of stumbles his way into the zone, but we have an offsides, I believe, against the Wildcats.
Referee telling Turner, geez, man, can you just not, I mean, look, you're going to be offsides. Can you not freight train me, please? That would be nice. It's nice to know Max is, an equal opportunity player in terms of lighting people up. We got some new Wildcats on the ice.
Yep, late change for the Wildcats. Quinn Mead back out there. Ryan Groutman out there, number 40. That's Silgan, I believe, is 32 for the Wildcats.
And Hudson Schmidt, 33, is it? Or is that 32?
That's 32.
32, never mind.
I believe that's Silgan, isn't it?
It's Silgan, yep.
Not sure. Is this his first varsity experience? Let's go. I'm going to go to the stats that we got from Legacy Hockey. It says Silgan's participated in 5 games.
Well, okay.
Per Legacy Hockey.
Well, it must be. Well, then it might as well just be written in stone, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Inside 2 minutes to go.
We don't know much, but God forbid we get the wrong statistics.
Nygaard tries to get into the zone. Heister for Eastview.
Nygaard looking a little bit mischievous there. I have to desperately hope that none of the Lightning or Wildcats do anything too cute here in the last 95 seconds of this game.
Or dare we say uncute.
Well,
is that even a word?
It is a word.
People know what we mean. Here's Nygaard. He gets stood up into the zone. Good defensive play that time by Eastview's number 19, Setterlund. And Setterlund getting a little more time. Here's number 40, Mason Spray. Might be the first time that big man's on the ice for Eastview this game. At least the first time I've noticed him out there. I know he's listed as like a 4th liner. He and Jesse Domagalski.
1 minute remains. 1 minute.
And final minute in this one. Long shot. Schwark with another save.
Cats have been the better team on the ice tonight from end to end, from start to finish.
No
but the Lightning have showed us some stuff. Obviously, it has not like it's not been as though it's all been in the Lightning end. Lightning have showed us some things tonight, but the Cats have just been better. And really, this is a real credit to these players and this coaching staff. They've really put this thing together, Mike.
You're going to look at this. I think when they watch the film, they're going to realize this was truly a team win.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
you look up and down the lineup, but I think everybody has made a contribution tonight for the Eagan Wildcats that is on a positive note.
Yes, and a few guys who need to be reminded, hey, we need to keep our cool. We need to, and those are the kinds of lessons that hopefully the coaching staff can deliver in the glow of a 5-1 victory.
Yeah. And part of that, you got to remember, this is a big rivalry game, but still, you can't be doing that stuff. By the way, there's number 33 on the ice for the Eagan Wildcats. You say that was Schmidt?
Hudson Schmidt.
Okay. This will be his first varsity appearance per Legacy Hockey stats. And Forster, he'll just send it out, and it's going to be a 5-1 win for the Eagan Wildcats. Schwark jumps among the glass right in front of the student section, urges them to cheer. A very victorious Austin Schwark and the Eagan Wildcats. A 5-1 W over the Eastview Lightning. Final shots on goal. Eagan had 36, Eastview 28. That would be 6 apiece in that final period. But most importantly, it's 5 Eagan, 1 Eastview. Teams shaking hands.
5 goals for the Wildcats, 5 different scorers. 5 different scorers, 27 saves for Schwark. And like I said, as I said, in the last few seconds of the period, a quality victory for the Wildcats. They were the better team on the ice tonight. Lightning, they're not bereft of talent. They're not bereft of effort. They probably deserved a little better than a 4-goal loss tonight. But the reality of it is that the Cats found a way to get the puck in the back of the net. The Lightning struggled with it, and that's ultimately what's going to tell the tale.
Quick overlook stat. Carter Eilerson, a couple of assists tonight for the Wildcats. Goal scorers get all the glory, but you got to remember somebody's got to set them up.
Absolutely. Cats did a nice job tonight taking care of business. It's always a challenge against, games like this, Mike, we've talked about it before. You throw the records out because it's a rivalry game and these teams know each other and they play each other as often as they do. So it's really a credit to the Wildcats that they're able to take care of business and get done what they need to get done here, and hopefully have a good opportunity now with winning 4 in a row. And again, we'll have to check after the game in terms of statistics how long it's been since that happened. It hasn't been common over the last handful of seasons to win 4 in a row.
And just quick looking at the stats, those 4 games are combined 18-7. So Cats are getting it done at both ends. We'll see if they continue that when they take on Lakeville North. That'll be Wednesday, January 28th, here at the Civic Arena. 7 o'clock bell time. And that's going to wrap things up from the Eagan Civic Arena on a chilly Saturday night, but it's a warm one for the Eagan Wildcats, 5-1 over the Eastview Lightning. He's Nathan Cron, I'm Mike Cook. On behalf of our entire Eagan TV crew, we say thank you for being with us, and we'll see you next time for Wildcat Hockey on Eagan TV.